Timberlake
You know what?
curls.
We actually have people here for you too, my friend, and they have questions. Let's get to it. First up, Darlene. Darlene, good morning. Are you there? You're live on the line with the one and only Scott Mcgillivray.
Good morning. Thank you so much for taking my call. I really appreciate it.
We love to hear from you. What's your question? He's listening.
My question is, I need to paint my front entranceway a color. I need like the best color, something nice and bright. Then you walk in, you get to my kitchen, and the color of my kitchen, which I love, is called a trip of lime time. So it's a limey color. It's creamy. It's beautiful, kind of green undertone. And then you walk into my TV room where I'm watching you guys right now. So what color would you suggest, Scott?
Wow.
I like the name.
Okay, there's a lot going on there. It sounds like you're a little adventurous with your colors, which is great. A bit of a limey kitchen.
Oh, it's beautiful.
You know what?
It.
Because you want to keep the front entrance probably fairly neutral and bright, and you don't want it to compete with your kitchen, I would probably go something in the grayish tone. That's like a gray beige. I wouldn't go necessarily full-on beige because it might feel too earthy with the green and the browns, but you know, sort of more on the gray side of grayish, or white. If you're okay with white, I mean, my front entrance is white. I love having white right there. It's really bright when you first walk in, or an off-white will go well with your green. But I wouldn't go with any bold colors there because it sounds like your cabinets are pretty adventurous as it is.
Well, no, my cabinets actually are cream, like an antique cream, but my walls are the lime.
That's nice.
Oh, the walls are the lime. So maybe you could bring that creamy color back to the front entrance to tie the two places together so that you've got the cabinet color or something close to the cabinet color in the walls in the front entrance. And then when you get to the kitchen, you still have your green walls in there.
Right. And then my TV room where I'm watching you right now, what's the best color?
Personally, I would go with something gray, but if you're already going green, I mean, maybe you can carry that right into there. I don't like to mix it up too much, especially if the rooms are connected.
That's a great idea. I love that.
Good advice. Thanks, Darlene.
Thank you, Scott. I can't wait to watch your show.
Thanks. All right, we'll see you Sunday night then.
We've got an email.
And Darlene, we'll throw in Dina's sweater for free for you to match the entire, all the rooms
I like
right
the sweater.
This email is coming from Alicia. She's got some photos as well. She says, hey, I have a strange stained glass window in my future home office I'm working on. I can't replace it at this time and need to finish it to decorate this room. How would you deal with this? Side note, I hate yellow, so I need to hide it, but no matter what I use to cover it, there's still a yellow cast in the room. Should I paint it? Thanks.
I love it. It's like the simulated sun. Okay, but she hates it. Okay.
But that is going to be dramatically reflected into anything in the room. You can already see on the floor that the yellow is coming through. So no matter what you paint in that room, it's going to be like mixing your color with yellow. So I would, if it's a heritage item that you have to leave, because sometimes in these older homes there are designated heritage items like this that you have to leave, I would create some sort of like not a transom, but maybe on the inside you could put some sort of shades over top of it, or have some drapes hanging where you can close off that section, especially when the sun is coming in. It's kind of boxed off at the top. There are ways of building a covering that would kind of allow you to see it and allow the light to come through, but it would reduce the casting of that big, bright yellowness. I mean, it really looks like there's a film on there. I'd love to look at it and see if there's something that could be peeled off. You can black out those windows by painting them. That might not necessarily be the best thing. But if, you know, the best case scenario is to play around with it by getting the shape of that window, tracing it out on like a billboard of some sort, cutting it, and then seeing what it looks like if you black it out, because you can just take that off again. And then also look at the idea of building something that you can close. You can have a separate shade on top, like a blackout shade, so when the sun's coming in, you can just have that section covered off. But it is pretty dramatic having that yellow just spilling in like that. It's going to have a big impact on whatever color that room is.
Okay, well done. Another caller on the line. We've got viewer Claudette here. Good morning, Claudette. Scott is ready for your question.
Good morning, Scott.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
Oh, you know, I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine, thank you. My question is the kitchen cupboards have been painted with melamine paint years ago, okay? It needs to be repainted, and my question is, how do I prepare the cupboards? because you can't get the melamine paint anymore.
You know what? If you're going to redo the cabinets with a new coat of paint, they will have to be sanded down and patched up if there's any peeling or chipping on there. You can have them coated. You can paint over the melamine paint if it's not kind of bubbling or chipping away. But the other thing you can do if it is pretty dramatic and you can't actually work with the cabinets you have, you could reface the cabinets, which is also an opportunity to upgrade the doors themselves and upgrade the hardware without having to replace an entire kitchen. You know, it's a little bit of a step up from repainting the cabinet doors. That's always the most affordable. If you can have them taken, I would at this point look at the option of having them removed and taken off-site to be sprayed professionally, especially if they already have a paint coat on them. That way they can fill them, they can sand them, they can fill the hinges and everything, so you can put new hinges on there, get quiet closes, put new door hardware if you'd like. And then there can be some sort of guarantee with the new paint that's on it. But otherwise, if the cabinet doors have just been through too many layers, the next most affordable option would be to just have new cabinet doors made for the existing boxes. That way you keep your layout, you don't have to do any major work. It's about, you know, you're looking at anywhere between $60 to $100 a door versus painting. We know that painting can be anywhere between $20 and $40 a door.
Great advice. Thanks, Claudette. Scott, thank you so much. Love to you and your family, friends. Make sure you watch Scott's Vacation House Rules beginning this Sunday on HGTV. Mwah. Love to everybody who called in.
Miss you guys. We'll see you soon.
Take care. Keep safe, man.